So if someone is experiencing that, what is your suggestion for them to make an appointment with yourself, or what is their progression? And how long after birth should this start to either settle down, or do they need to seek treatment?
Yeah, so I'd give it 6 weeks. So we don't do any checks on anybody until 6 weeks. So you usually get a check with your obstetrician or your GP at around 6 weeks. And usually that's the time where we can start to do something about any symptoms. So the first 6 weeks, enjoy your pregnancy, your newborn bubble. Yep. Symptoms are going to come and go, and then what you're left with after 6 weeks is usually what we want to change. Yep. It's really important in saying that you may experience some really early incontinence early on, but then as your 6 weeks gets better, it goes and it improves. But then when you first go to exercise, it might come back. And so that would be a moment where you go, oh, it's actually come back, I need to do something about it. Sure. But yeah, usually the first 6 weeks, more common for these symptoms. But after 6 weeks, if you're still experiencing, absolutely see a women's health physio. There's a few great women's health physios in town. You want to get that muscle checked, you want to check that you're doing the exercises right, and you want to get a personalised program. Like if you're going to the gym to lose weight, you want someone to give you exercises you know are going to work. You want to come to a women's health physio and go, I know how to strengthen this muscle, and I know what my problem is, I know the reason I'm getting this little bit of dribble after I wee, or I know why I'm leaking when I cough, or I know when I jump I get this bulge, or I know why this is happening, and what am I going to do about it. So we give you a plan. And so yeah, again, this whole common versus normal, just keep in the back of your mind. And before you go to the next question, just on that, some of these symptoms are very common early on postnatally, and they can go away because our hormones return to normal, and it can almost go. I have so many women come to see me when they're 50, 55 and 60, and it's like their symptoms postnatally have returned. It might be incontinence when they cough or sneeze, or this sudden urge to go to the toilet, or a bit of a prolapse. We know that when you go through menopause, you lose all this estrogen. Estrogen creates elastin or a plumpness in your vagina. Once you go through menopause, everything becomes really flaccid or weaker, and so there's room for problems. And so most postnatal injuries come to light at menopause. So as much as this is important postnatally, really important that you do get on top of these problems at that point, because if you don't and they just go away because your body can adapt to live with it, it's probably going to come back in menopause, and then that's a harder thing to try and treat. So get treated early. And I get women coming in and getting checked at 6 weeks. They've got no symptoms at all, but they want to know that what they're doing is correct, and they're going to prevent anything else happening. So I get lots of women coming in with either symptoms or no. Anybody's welcome. You don't need a referral. It's just come and get checked if you feel like that's something you want to look after.
So really you'd suggest that it almost should be a compulsory part of a woman's postnatal journey. It
is, and at the moment we've just, if you follow me on Facebook, you'll see we've put a letter together to actually Greg Hunt, who's the Minister of Health, and we're hoping that most women should get 5 visits to a physiotherapist postnatally covered under Medicare, because we're seeing all these symptoms come out at menopause, and they're costing the healthcare system money. So if we can get people to get treatment postnatally, we're going to save the healthcare system costs later. So absolutely, I think you should I think if it was me, it was my vagina, I'd be getting checked 6 weeks postnatally to know that I'm doing the right thing and I'm not going to have a problem later down the track.
Sure.